Hi chess friends, welcome to this new video. This time I have done several games against a YouTuber. His name is Chess21youtube and his elo is 2100 on lichess. He is so strong for me and hard to fight, and we play several games like 5+0 or 3+0, 1 minute plus 2 seconds. And for this first game I play with the black pieces and we can begin. He opens with e4, c5 by me, and knight c3, e6, g3 to prepare bishop g2, and now d6, bishop g2 and queen c7, d3, and now knight c6, f4, really aggressive move, and now knight f6, knight f3, and knight bishop b7, and now we are ready to castle by white and castle by black. We have bishop e3, and now a6 to cut off this square, sorry about that, only this square from the coming of the knight here to attack my queen, okay, to control b5. So d4, and now here I have a possibility to have some advantage because it's a mistake. If you consider this position, it is a draw position, okay, but here when you push d4 for computer is not a good move, remember it. It's not easy to spot, but here I play the right move, knight g4 with an attack on the bishop. And here white is disadvantage and he should play something like bishop here, or for example bishop here, because it's not important. You can defend this pawn because here I can capture, and after knight capture, here I have this strong, it's better to capture this knight, but here I have this strongest move, this strong move, d5, and I will bring my bishop here. Next move, bishop c5, so the king has to be moved, but now bishop c5, c4, and I have a lot of advantage here because he can play something like this, but knight here, and after the rook move I can take this strong bishop. And when you take the fianchetto bishop of your opponent that defends his king, if you are able to take this bishop of fianchetto with the knight, you will have the light square bishop to do some attack on this diagonal. So I should have seen this variation, but so difficult. And after bishop here, he play bishop f2, and now I was in a winning position, but for me it wasn't easy to explain how to win. So here I played knight capture for f2, rook capture for f2, and now I changed some pieces. C capture for d4, knight capture for d4, and now knight capture for d4. And after queen capture for d4, I have to find a way to attack this triple because there is a king, rook, and queen on the same diagonal, and the right move here is d5, but I didn't see it. Was not so difficult to see, but in a blitz game it's so difficult because here I play a really bad move. I play bishop f5, and here we have queen d3. I continue to play queen c5 check, no, not check, pin is the rook, but I'm not more in advantage. Here he play well, and he continues rook d1, bishop d8 with the idea if it take my pawn, I have some possibility of queen capture, rook capture, and I have some idea of bishop capture after the rook move. I have this bishop here to pin this rook and to gain some material, but it's not so bad position for, maybe still better for, it's a little better for black. It's not easy position because I have a pair of rook, but yeah, for computer is not so bad. After this move I saw this possibility, but Chess21 probably saw it, and he plays simply rook d2 to defend better this rook. Here I play bishop c7, and now knight c4, I come back, knight a4, I come back queen e7 to keep the pin. But now there is a problem. This game has no increment, and here I finish my time and the game finished. After king f4, I continue with my plan, b5, but it's finished. I was in a winning position for computer because I want to push here, and I have to do something like bishop here, and I have a lot of activity with my two pair of bishop, but because I will activate the bishop here. But yeah, it's a blitz or rapid game. This is a blitz, so it's normal that I haven't seen it. So first win for Chess21. Next game. Here I have black pieces, and I play. He play e4. I play c5 again. Knight c3, e6, g4, g3, and now d6, like the first game. Bishop g2, knight c6, and now f4. Queen c7, d3, and now a6. Exactly the same position. Knight f3, knight f6, castle. I play bishop e7, and now after bishop e3, I castle, and again the same position. So this was a good move. Another time with the same variation, but this time I play c capture for d4, knight capture for d4, and bishop d7. Not a bad move, but was better to play knight g4. Okay. So he continued with knight capture for d6 and for c6, and bishop for c6 to put pressure on the e4 pawn that is well defended by two pieces. So for now I can't attack because there are his bishop and his can you see his knight to defend this pawn. He played queen e2, and now I bring the rook into the game, rook d8, and he has done the same. A good move, obviously. And now rook c8 to be really aggressive on the d file, on the c file, and maybe to move my bishop in the future. I don't know where, but I try. He plays e5, a really good move, and for me, because it was a draw, but after this really good not good move, sorry, really good position for me, because here I had the possibility to win this position. I have some tactics, and here I play d capture for e5, bishop capture for c6, and now here I have to calculate. I spent some time, and I play e capture for f4. And e capture for f4 is a really good move. A normal move here would be something like queen here, and it's still better position for me. But here I'm so happy to have found something like this sacrifice, and e capture for f4. And after if you come back, you could come back and continue. But here I can take not this. Takes this bishop, and it's better position for me because he can take, okay, because I have this bishop here, and it's so strong. He will lose a queen, and so bad position. And so here I try this aggressive move, but here he decided to capture my pawn, and here I play queen capture for c6, continue with the attack. And now I have this diagonal that attack white king, and my bishop can be bring into the game, and this will be a really nice attack to catch it. He played queen f3 to try to change a queen, but here I decline with the rook capture for d1 because I saw a combination. Knight capture for d1, queen capture for d1, for f3, rook capture for f3, and now I have this endgame completely winning because there is a rook c2, and here I would rook for c2, it's winning because I have a lot of material. I have I'm 2 pawn up. Okay, here follows rook b3. I play b5 to defend my pawn, and knight c3. I play knight d5, knight capture for d5, e capture for d5, and now bishop e5. I play f6, bishop d4, still winning position for me. Here I play rook c4, bishop f1, f2, and now I want to trade the bishop because I have some advantage. So bishop c5, bishop capture for c5. His bishop is pinned because there is a king, so he can't do nothing. Bishop for c5, rook capture for c5, and now I have this endgame, easy. So I try to convert this a win because king f7, and after rook here I play king e6 to bring my pawn to a promotion. King f2, rook c4, and now king e3. I play rook e4 check. He play king f3, and now king d6. Rook c2, a lot of move on rook, it's an endgame. Rook c4, rook d2, and now I push. I push d4, and he play e4. He want to bring he want to take my pawn. I play here king c5, and now I blunder completely because he play b3, and here I should have played something like this. It's not important if he take my pawn because I can do with some nice check, and I didn't see it. If f5 was winning, but here I play a really bad move. I play rook b4, and my position is not bad, but it's really hard now because after rook d3 my rook is blocked. I play something, but h5 is a completely blunder. My rook is blocked and it's trapped, and I lose. So rook capture for b3, and I after a few moves I resigned. So 2 wins for Chess21. Okay, let's go for the third game. This time I play with the white pieces, and I play e4, e6, knight f3, d5, e capture for d5, e capture for d5, and d3. He play bishop d6 and bishop e2, and knight e7, and bishop g5 to prevent the development, to pin this knight. Okay. He play f6, attacking my bishop, and I come back. Bishop h4, knight c6, and I decide to bring my bishop here. He continued with bishop f5, knight c3, normal development, and the g5. g5 is really aggressive move. The idea is to push maybe another time to attack my knight, and here I decide to simply play knight b5 to maybe attack his. My idea here was simply capture this bishop and don't allow to recapture with the queen. Okay, but he simply captured before, and h capture for g3. Not a good move for computer. Was better to do this. I don't know why, honestly, but for computer was better to do this and continue the game. Okay, but yeah, I decide to capture with other, and queen d7, h capture for g3, and queen d7 to prepare a long castle. And here I play knight d4. We have a long castle, and now let's go for an attack. So I play queen d2 with the idea to push b4, b5 in the future, and to do some damage for his king. And he has done the same. So he play bishop g6 to avoid the trade, to avoid this capture, knight capture for bishop for the bishop on f5, and I play b4, and now he brings the rook in to pin my bishop because I have no castle, and here only now I decide to I decide to ignore it. and I push b5. His knight is attacked, so knight capture for d4, knight capture for d4, and now knight f5. And here I decided to play knight capture for f5. I was so in a difficult position here. I was thinking something like to maybe come back with the knight, but this is the best move for the engine, so it's good. We have bishop queen capture for f5, and now I play a castle, and I have nice position here with it's a draw for a computer. He push, yeah, good move, h5, and now a4, g4, and now a5. Opposite castle, so you have to do a real pushing of pawns. So it's still a draw, and the rook h1, rook h8. It seems a good move because you bring the rook and you want to push your pawn, but for computer it's not so good. Here I continue to push. Oh, sorry about that. I continue to push. I have this strong move, b6, because I open up the diagonal. It's not important if he try to take it with this way, because I take, or if he want to push some pawn, like I will take other pawn, and he decide to push with a6 pawn, and here I take, and after rook here I decide to bring the rook into the game, rook b1, with the idea to bring my queen b4, and to put pressure on here. So I have maybe better position. It's a draw for computer, but it's not easy for black here. He played queen e6 to attack my light square bishop, and here I decide to play queen b4 to threat some checkmate. Here you can capture the bishop. If you capture the bishop, you run into a checkmate. Queen capture for b7, king d7, and now I have a promotion to a queen with checkmate. After this is check, queen c7 checkmate. So he plays the right move. He played queen c6, and the only way to defend his king, and here I decide to bring my other rook into the game to defend. We have a h4, really aggressive wave, by he means that there is bishop capture for g4, and f5, and now I play bishop f3, rook capture for e1, rook capture for e1, and now h capture for g3, f capture for g3. In this position I have some advantage, but I have only 70 seconds on the clock. He has 36 seconds on the clock, and it's really hard to play. So in this so aggressive game, I like a lot this game, but it's really hard when you have to move really fast. He decided to change the rook, and here I change because no, not I change, rook b1. I was thinking about changing, but I thought that was better. Rook b1 to continue to put pressure on the b7 pawn. He played bishop here, and king f2, and now d4. And after d4 it's completely winning for me, because this is a blunder. He could capture my pawn with check, and I should come back and then capture my pawn. Was a draw position, maybe little better for me, but it's a draw. But after this here was winning, bishop capture for c6, and we continue few moves like king capture for c6, but here I have bishop capture for, was simple. There was this move, but I too speed. I have only 10 seconds on the clock, so bishop capture for e8, king d8, bishop capture for f7, king d7, and now rook e1. After b5, rook e7, king d8, and queen d6, king c8, queen c7 checkmate. So in 3 games, this is the last is my only winning. But I really like this game because we play really aggressive with the opposite castle, so sharp game, and I think this is my favorite game of this 3. And I want to show you again this position. I lost this game, but I blundered, so but this was really nice, that after bishop capture for c6 you can capture the pawn. E capture for f4, because he has two bishop hanging and he could sacrifice something. And I thought about bishop capture for b7, and here for computer is not a good move, because you can simply play queen capture. It's so interesting position, queen capture for b7, because after rook capture I have queen capture for b2. This is a position's idea of when you capture the bishop, you can capture the pawn on b2. And so I hope this video enjoy you. Like always, remember to subscribe to my channel, and go to see the channel of Chess21 YouTube. He do some contents about chess, and he will do a video for his channel about our game, like I'm doing. And next videos will be about our games, because we play not only these 3 games. So I will show you, and thank you really much. Remember to subscribe, and you can comment. Remember, you are always welcome. I will answer you. So thank you really, and see you soon with another video. Bye bye. Thank you.